I say this as a resident of the great golden state of California. Dianne Feinstein, please retire. I saw this picture and I thought it was an AI generated image of the Crypt Keeper in a power suit. I didn't know I was being represented by the old fish lady from the SpongeBob Chocolate episode. Chocolate! Is that Dianne Feinstein? Or did they catch Smeagol and put a Mary Tyler Moore wig on him and hope to God we wouldn't notice? Alright. I agree. This one is a little out of pocket. I mean, it's not fair to compare these two. Smeagol is several hundreds of years older than Dianne Feinstein, and he probably wouldn't confuse Senator Tim Scott for Senator Raphael Warnock. And I know what some of you are already saying. Daniel, you are sexist and ageist. No, I am not sexist. Anybody, man or woman, can catch these satirical hands. Shit, you should hear the stuff I say about Biden's senile ass. I am not roasting Dianne Feinstein because she's a woman. I'm roasting her because she's old and infirm. So ageist, you might be onto something. Honest to God truth? Here it is. Dianne Feinstein has been in a state of decline for years now. Mentally, she's not there anymore. Everyone has known about this, again, for years. And they're like, so? This is very clearly whack and unacceptable. She's gotta go. Now this is the fun part of the video, where we shame the people who deserve to be shamed.
Shame!
Shame on Dianne Feinstein's staffers who, for years now, have been acting as California's mini shadow senators as they sat by and watched their boss shrivel up like a fucking raisin. Shame on all of you. Except for the guy who got fired from Feinstein's staff and then later returned to her office while he was high on mushrooms and proceeded to film himself smoking a joint at her desk. That's actually some G shit.
Shame!
Shame on Barack Obama for endorsing Dianne Feinstein's re-election campaign back in 2018. I am so glad that this man has devoted his life after the presidency to installing geriatrics in positions of incredible power. I cannot wait for the coming future where we stop seeing this fool through rose-tinted glasses and we recognize him for the failure he truly was. Thanks, Obama.
Shame!
Shame on Nancy Pelosi for covering for her fellow Golden Girl by taking all of the reasonable calls for Dianne Feinstein to resign and declaring them sexist. Get the fuck out of here. Right now, under our noses, Nancy Pelosi is working her soulless, Machiavellian magic like she's Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, like she's always been Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, by using her daughter to keep her friend Dianne Feinstein's Senate seat warm so she can eventually have her little Prince Adam Schiff come in and fill it. Very cute, Nancy. If Pelosi actually cared about her friend, then she would go to Dianne and be like, hey, you should quit and live out the rest of your days in relative comfort. I mean, great googly moogly, she's only worth $58.5 million. She can afford to live quite lavishly these next couple of years. Instead, Nancy has resorted to elder abuse. Elder on elder violence. You hate to see it.
Shame!
I have nothing but sympathy for people suffering with neurodegenerative diseases. It's awful. Hell on earth for some people. To lose yourself slowly, bit by bit over time while your loved ones sit by helplessly. I can't imagine it. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. And you know what? Because of all of these jokes I've told on the subject, maybe karma will catch up with me one day and curse me with my own special form of dementia. With all that being said, though, Dianne Feinstein is a senator who represents nearly 40 million people, almost 10% of the freaking country. California is the fourth biggest economy on the planet. We just overtook Germany not too long ago. She is a person of considerable power and influence. If she can no longer do this important job, which it seems she can't, then she should do the right thing and step aside. Instead, she and every one of her morally bankrupt enablers have told the sensible public to basically fuck off. And this exposes her for the irresponsible, narcissistic oligarch she truly is. And what's the lesson to be learned here? What's the nugget of knowledge that we can extract from this whole sad affair? Well, I think this reinforces the notion that the boomers that run this bitch refuse to go quietly.
Thank you for being a friend.